Now here I am, minding my own business. Pop my earbuds in my ears, gonna do some chores, need something to listen to. Enter center stage, Captain Kurt's live from last night.
You got what do you say, Chris? Ryan made a cow competition for clout. It worked though, but he accepted his apology. I wouldn't have. I still love Ryan. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. That is wild. That is crazy. No, you can't believe that, Chris. Please don't tell me you believe that.
And shout out to Mr. Kurt, Captain Kurt. I didn't know whether to give you a hard time or thank you for inspiring me to put my chores on the back burner. But I've seen where this clout theory has kind of gained a little momentum. And so when I heard that comment, it made me want to share an analogy with everyone, especially the younger generation, just because I know that that's a common explanation for a lot of things. And unlike my own kids, who sometimes go out of their way to tune me out when I'm trying to give them unsolicited advice, just treat me like I'm Tiny Tim banging on the window out in the cold.
Gotta be a way in here. I gotta get.
Unlike them, I'm hoping this will make sense to one of y'all. So follow my train of thought here for a second. We're going to use a married couple analogy. This man and woman, Irish man and woman, been married 20 plus years. They find themselves at odds. Maybe they had a big fight. Maybe they had one too many big fights. Maybe they can't stand each other anymore. Maybe they hate each other's guts. But they decide to call it quits, right? Now, during their marriage, they had a whole bunch of kids.
Michael, Daniel, Patrick, William, Joseph, James, and Katie.
Irish family, hello. Now, they're going to be divorced. 2 separate households, the whole nine. Now, they had originally once cared for each other, right? Enough to have a whole slew of kids. But now they don't. What do? Do they spend the rest of their lives putting the kids in the middle of everything?
I hate your father.
I hate your mother.
Or do they put their own personal feelings aside and realize, holy shit, we got college graduations, we got high school graduations, we've got marriages, we've got potential grandkids that are going to have kindergarten graduations, so on and so forth. School plays, whatever. So let's use a wedding scenario. I do know of divorced couples that absolutely hate each other and cannot get over themselves long enough to sit in the same section at their kid's wedding because the hatred becomes palpable and it destroys what should be a beautiful day. So instead of hurling insults at each other,
Knocky on Vichaki,
Is Kultuna Krahanta A.
Golf Suicertain.
Gov Trasnartain.
they get through the whole day, pleasant conversation, they're cordial, they're polite, one another and one another's new spouses, whatever. Does it mean they're going to get remarried? No. It just means that they were selfless enough to put their own personal feelings aside for a day to allow their child to have a beautiful wedding. That is how I see this situation. These guys don't necessarily have to like each other anymore. But what Mr. Calhoun and Mr. Ryan did, in my opinion, was set their differences aside for a day while they're in the same location. It's like two parents being at a wedding and being cordial and pleasant to each other for the sake of their child. That's what these guys did. I mean, I'm trying to think this through, and it's like, what did you expect them to do? Pop off the whole crowd? There were little kids in the crowd, you know? I don't know, guys. Forgive me if I've overstepped my boundaries. I just know that in life in general, sometimes things are easier to see when you have a broader perspective. Have a great weekend, everybody.